Welcome back
to another episode of Two Peas Potting, our bookish podcast with a side of judgment.
just a little bit.
And today we're not really talking about a book, kind of not.
We're loosely talking about a book because it's loosely based off of the book, and I'm gonna emphasize that word very loosely based off of this book.
But what you have been waiting for. Season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Loosely based off of this book.
And I have opinions.
Yes. We have lots of opinions, and as you know, oh god, I just dropped everything. As you know, Sam has very, very, very many thoughts about Belly in particular. Kylie, myself, has thoughts about everything in particular. So yeah, I think we just need to freaking dive in because I have a feeling this is gonna be a longer episode. Oh, no.
I agree.
Yeah. So there's probably not gonna be a ton of banter right now.
I don't know, maybe. But this season, I don't know. Because I rewatched everything, first and second season, right before going back into season 3, and I waited. I could not do an episode a week. I waited until the whole thing was out because I just needed to be able to sit and binge it. But going into season 3, I wasn't excited.
I don't know what word is the best for me to use. I wouldn't say I was excited, but I'd say I was intrigued because I was wondering how they were going to play it out because I had heard that it was going to be different from the book. And I was like, okay. And that's why, again, I'm going to emphasize this season is very loosely based off of the third book.
Yeah. I am excited to hear, the differences because...
I'm just going to blatantly put it right now. The last 3 episodes of the season, not in the book.
What?
Completely not in the book. So
what?
This book ends with pretty much Belly going off to Paris, and then there's an epilogue, essentially, of Conrad and Belly. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it ends with a couple years later. That's how that ends. So the last page, the last chapter, she's going to Paris. And then a couple years later, it takes, her and Conrad. And again, I'm not remembering the full book. It's been a long time since I've read, well, not really, but it feels like it's been a long time since I've read this book. It's been over a year. But, yeah. So the book ends, you get to see all the letters that Conrad and Belly exchanged, or that Conrad sent to Belly.
Because Belly never replied.
Yeah, Belly didn't reply except for that one where she gives her address.
The new one, yeah. But I don't know. It was weird following them into, college, and then they were, all of a sudden older.
Yeah.
It was, for being 4 years later, none of them really, grew too much.
No, and, initially going into it, you kind of think, at least I took it as Belly kind of grew up a little bit. She held herself differently. She seemed different. And then, shit gets crazy. I think
back to her belly.
Yeah, I think Steven grew and then went back and then grew again.
Forgot about that part.
Yeah, Steven and Taylor. And
I know you're gonna not like me for this, but I was kind of hoping for Team Steven and D-Nice.
No!
Yes!
No! Blasphemy!
I like D-Nice. At first I did not. I'm like, I don't like you. But she grew on me.
It's not that I don't like Denise. I like Denise. She's cool. She's nice.
But you don't want her with Steven because you like Steven and Taylor.
Yes! But also, I don't think that she was they were too similar was the problem. And I think Steven, he needed a girl like Taylor that would challenge him, that was so different from him. Because, that saying opposites attract, I know it's not always true, but for them, I feel like it's very true. Steven's so good for Taylor, and Taylor's so good for Steven. They kind of bring each other back down and, can just help each other in a certain type of way.
Yeah, I guess.
I like her.
I was for it in the moment.
Oh man, the way she shut him down though when they kiss, and she's like, "It's like kissing a plant." Ouch.
I died at that part. Because I was like, I feel like they haven't shown any, like, oh, no, that was not good moments between characters. It's all been like, oh, I love you. And so it was kind of like refreshing for them to be like, oh, so I still want to eat your ice cream though.
I know. I liked it in the way, like, I like season 3 in the way that they show, like, kind of like every aspect of, like, the ugly, the good, the crazy. Like, every moment you kind of see every part of everybody. And all right, so let's just get this out of the way because it's a topic of conversation everywhere. Jeremiah and Belly's break.
Oh my god, that pissed me off. I'm like, no, we're not replicating Friends. Like, we're not doing this. It's already been done. Try a different fucking thing. That annoyed me so bad. Like, the moment that came out of their fucking mouth, I was like, we're not doing a Ross and Rachel right now. We're not doing that. But we were on a break. No, we weren't. Like, ugh.
I totally get where you're coming from. However, I didn't take it as a Ross and Rachel type of thing because they clearly say, well, then maybe we should take a break in Friends. That was not said at all between Belly and Jeremiah. So, in Jeremiah's mind, and this is where I'm going to come after Jeremiah, and everyone knows I've been a Jeremiah fan this whole time. He didn't clearly state that they were either A, breaking up or taking a break. Belly was under no impression that they broke up. Jeremiah was under the impression that they broke up. So it's like, oh, I mean, I don't see a right or wrong in
Literally,
that
word
situation.
for word, Ross and Rachel. The exact same thing happened.
Yeah, but again,
Yeah.
they said the words like we should take a break. Belly and Jeremiah didn't say that.
They said it after the fact when they talked about it.
When they talked about it, but they both didn't know about it. Like
Well,
Jeremiah knew, but Belly was like, "Oh,
that was like an instant, well, bye, Jeremiah. Get out of here.
yeah." So, yes, he cheated on Belly. By no means am I dismissing that. I'm aware. They definitely should have talked when Jeremiah thought they had broken up. That should have been cleared. They shouldn't have not spoken. I think that's where everything kind of went wrong. Like, if you think you're broken up, fucking address that.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're fucking immature children. Like, at that point, Belly wasn't even 21 yet. She was still
Yes.
20.
Still 20.
And he was just 21. And, like, they're babies.
Yeah. The way Belly found out, though, I think is really fucked up, though.
Oh, yeah. And that girl was like, well, you're a dumb bitch.
Like, I can't believe you hooked up with him. And then Belly opens the door and she's like, fuck. It's like, but what? You hooked up with Jeremiah? Like, I mean, yeah, I'd brag about it too. I'm not even gonna lie. But do you see him? Jeremiah is gorgeous. I'm just, like Denise said at the very end, do you not know you're gorgeous? Like, come on.
I think this is like the one and only time I genuinely feel bad for Belly.
I mean, I felt bad for Belly, yes, and then immediately after that, finding out Steven got in a bad car accident.
Oh my gosh, that whole situation. I'm sorry. Like, the fact that, like, when they. So, Steven got in the accident because Taylor got out of the car and he, like, whipped the car around. And, like, that moment in the hospital when, like, Taylor, like, finally decided, like, yeah, I want to be with Steven. And Steven's like, well, this really put it into perspective. I'm like, dude, that was your fault. You did not have to, like, whip around your car like that.
Exactly. He didn't look when he did it either. That's the whole freaking thing.
Like, that's on you for letting your emotions get the best of you. Like, that's not her fault. She had asked you multiple times to pull over and let her get out of the fucking car.
She did. She did. I don't think Taylor was in the wrong right there. Because, again, Steven not being a very good driver, he didn't look before he flipped a bitch,
Yeah.
That's his bad. That's all him. And like and that's not even me being pro team Staler. Like, no, like Steven fucked up.
Yeah, like that. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's a no-go. It's a no-go. And then, but I did think even though Jeremiah and Belly were in not a great place at that moment in time when it happened, I did think that showed a lot of Jeremiah's character when he showed up anyways to still be there, not only for Belly, but Steven's his best friend. No. So he's like, of course he's gonna be there, and I thought that was, nice that he was there at the hospital. Just no matter what, being like, I'm here for you, even though you hate me.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad they also like called Conrad and called in like that favor.
Yeah. No, me too. Like I would have been upset had they not told Conrad, even though I'm
That
not
would have
the
been
biggest
fucked up.
Conrad fan. Yeah. Because at the end, that's Conrad's best friend too. You
And
know?
that's like their family. They're all family
Exactly.
at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, totally.
Also, sidebar, I love how close Conrad and Belly's mom are.
It's cute.
I'm like, good. He needs that.
He needed a mother figure, and I'm glad that Laurel was able to like be that for him.
And step
But
up
even in
for
the
one.
books and stuff, and they show in the beginning seasons, Laura and Conrad have always had like a really
A
close
special
relationship. Yeah. Not that she wasn't close to Jeremiah, but it was just different with Conrad. Because I mean, think about it. When your best friend has a kid, their firstborn, you're gonna be a little bit closer to that kid no
Well,
matter
yeah,
what.
and like Laurel didn't have Belly yet because Belly's a couple
Yeah.
years younger than them.
Yeah, and she didn't
Conrad.
have Steven at the time either.
Yeah, so
So like Conrad was the first baby.
he was the baby.
The baby. And then Steven came and then right? Steven's older than Jeremiah like by like a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, they're pretty
They're like the
close. So
same age, but same but different.
yeah, and then Belly.
Yeah. And Belly's the baby.
Yeah, she acts like it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
What younger sibling behavior?
Hey, not all of us are like that.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I think it's different. Well, no, she actually has an older brother, but my age gap is different than hers.
Yeah. Yes. Very, very much so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. And like, I feel like the car accident thing was like a needed thing for the story. Oh, sidebar though. Laurel and the dad getting back
No.
together. I was like, okay, I'm for this. Even though I think he could
So
do better
for
than
that.
Laurel. But whatever.
Yeah, I've
I'm
never
not a
been a
fan.
huge Laurel fan.
No, I don't.
And like this season, she also was not my favorite. She did a lot of fucked up shit this season. I'm sorry, but she did.
I agree. I disagreed with quite a few of her actions this
So did I. Like I understand. I understand when after everything happened with Steven.
this part, oh my god.
I don't think a proposal was necessary because
No.
it's like this. When your marriage is having issues, so what do you do? What do you think
Have a
is
kid.
going to help solve it? Have a baby.
Have a
No.
baby.
That's a
Yeah,
freaking
that
like
is exactly
band-aid.
what I thought too. I'm like, you went from like 0 to 100. You're like, oh, there's no like, let's work this out and date again. No, let's just get married.
Yeah.
And
Not
like,
let's work
that is just
through.
such like a young person thought
Yeah. Oh no,
process.
no, it
Like,
totally is. Because it's like, if you're really an adult, like you guys say you are, you would work through the issue that happened, go to therapy, go to couples counseling, go to something, try to start again, start fresh. If you can't forgive it, then it's over.
and how they're like, because when did that happen? That was like in May,
Something like it was like
June
towards the end of their
semester,
towards
so
the end of
May.
the semester. So yeah, it was like in May.
And so they're like, okay, we're gonna get married in August. Not even 3 months later.
At that point, it's like, are you pregnant? Because
This feels like a shotgun wedding.
this feels like a shotgun wedding. This feels a little fast. Yeah. Yeah, that was. I wasn't ever thrilled about that part in the book or in the show. Like, that was just ridiculous.
When Jeremiah proposed and she stupidly said yes because what a dumb belly move to make. Typical belly. When she went to go get coffee with Taylor and Taylor was like, what? I was like, thank God one of you is like, this is not a good idea. Like, do you not hear yourself? You were just broken up and now you're getting married. I was like, thank God somebody has some rational thinking in like the younger group.
I'm glad it's always Taylor. Like, I'm just so not that I didn't like Taylor in the books, but she wasn't my favorite in the books. She had, and that's again because stuff played out a little bit differently in the books than it did on the show. But Taylor in the show, my favorite fucking character. She's like, Taylor's a good fucking friend.
She is. Ride or die.
Yeah, she's a ride or die. She's somebody that you want as your friend.
Yes. You want her in your corner.
Yeah. Like, you don't want her to be your enemy, Conrad. I'm just saying.
Hey. He won her over.
He did. He did.
Oh, also, we're gonna backtrack a little bit
It's fine.
because talking about Taylor reminded me of this. When Taylor found out that Jeremiah cheated on her, and she's like yelling at him in front of like Belly's sorority house, and she's like, "You were supposed to be the one who was protecting her. You weren't supposed to be the one who hurt her." And like, also, see, this is another thing where Belly's a fucking shitty person. The way she fucking locked out Taylor and like iced her out because she thought Taylor knew and wouldn't tell her. Like, do you not even know your best friend?
Literally. Yeah, that was not okay. I forgot about that
Made me mad.
actually.
That made me mad.
Yeah, that was not okay on Belly's part to do that, because it's like, you really think Taylor would do that to you?
Like, why would she? Just because was that other girl on like the volleyball team or something?
Yeah.
Really, you think she's gonna pick her teammate over her best friend?
Best friend of, like, since they were fucking children? Like, no.
Come on.
No. She would have been the first person to tell you if Jeremiah cheated.
Yeah. Or she would go to Jeremiah and be like, "You better fucking tell her I will."
Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely been that person before.
And it's just like, ugh, that part made me mad.
Yeah, that was not okay.
Well, and then like the fact of like, see, this is like, and I think because of that situation was why Belly got so defensive in the cafe when Taylor was like, "You're marrying him. Like, you just broke up." She's like, "You can't be supportive of me at all, ever." And I'm like, grow up. See, you didn't grow up at all, Belly. You're the same fucking piece of shit. You haven't learned anything.
Oh, God, yeah.
You got her karma, though. It's fine.
What was her karma?
Oh, when she got to Paris and her shit got stolen.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. That's actually a huge thing in Paris.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you're an idiot. You obviously did not know what you were getting yourself into. See, look, another thing of being unprepared. Child.
Oh, God, yeah. But yeah, so, obviously to fix a relationship after somebody cheated is to get engaged.
Yeah, because, that'll solve all your problems.
That fast, too. Like, that was fast.
And the fact that Belly just needs to learn how to keep her mouth shut. Like, because they're like, okay, we're going to wait to tell them until, like, the right moment. We want to tell all of our parents together. And they were up in Cousins to do the speech for Susanna's flower garden. And they were just shitting on Jeremiah's dad was just shitting on him. Be like, "Oh, Conrad, you're so great. Oh, Jeremiah, you could be doing better."
Which is fucked up. Like, that is what's fucked, because Jeremiah, like, he lost the one person who literally loved him the most.
Yeah,
which was Susanna.
Yeah.
Like, Susanna was always like, there's a reason why she called Jeremiah her sunshine boy. And, like, here, I don't think, had Jeremiah and Belly actually worked through their problems and, like, worked on their relationship for, like, a year or something and then got engaged, would have been different. Work through the problem, but the fact is, it happened, they got hurt, Belly got hurt, and then immediately engagement. So there was, like, no working through it.
Well, and when Jeremiah decided to, like, propose was during, like, an extremely traumatic time.
Yes.
Like, her brother is in the hospital still. Like, yeah, they found out he's okay. He woke up from his, like, coma. But, like, he's still in the hospital.
It's almost like taking advantage of, like, the situation at hand, essentially.
Yeah, it's like,
which I don't think that's what
like
he did.
Emotional warfare. Like,
yes, exactly. And, like, okay, here is where I relate to a lot of what happened. Belly's not innocent, and I think this is the wrong reason why Jeremiah did choose to cheat. As we go back into one of the episodes, there was one Christmas where Belly decided to spend it in Cousins while Jeremiah was supposed to go snowboarding with his dad and Conrad. Well, Conrad ends up showing up at the house, and Belly's there, and she's like, "Oh, this is weird. So you're here."
And awkward.
Yeah. And she chose never to tell Jeremiah about that. But Jeremiah knew because a neighbor ended up telling him.
But at the same time, like, they never did anything while they were there.
No, they didn't, but I understand it's an emotional cheating thing. And this is just going to be where I relate for a minute. Having experienced both, emotional is a lot fucking worse.
But this is just another like prime example of they are not ready to be married because they cannot communicate at all.
Absolutely. A 20 and a 21-year-old probably shouldn't
Like,
be
oh,
getting
I'm mad at
married.
you for staying at the beach house with my brother and not telling me, so I'm gonna cheat on you.
Yeah, by no means am I trying to excuse that, not address it. He should have said something to her, and I know he's like, I was waiting for you to tell me. It's like, if you know she's not going to tell you, just fucking hit it head on. Just be like,
You
hey,
know who she
so
is.
yeah, just be like, so I know that when you went to cousins for Christmas that Conrad was there. Why didn't you tell me? Just do that. Just confront the situation if it's bothering you. Don't go and cheat because you're mad at her and resentful of it. But also, it was fucked up that Jeremiah didn't tell her about the Cabo trip.
Yeah.
Because I would have been mad about that too. I think anyone would have been mad about that. It's like, you decided to book a trip without telling me to a different country. Cool.
Over our spring break.
Yeah.
And you've been acting like sorry.
It's a
You've been
ghost.
acting like nothing is wrong this entire time.
Literally. So it's like, so you've just been letting it stew inside until you reached your breaking point. Like, were you planning on cheating on her the whole time, or did it just happen because you're mad and thought you were broken up? So you're like,
I feel like it was like kind of premeditated.
It definitely feels that way,
Once he
especially
booked
if
the trip. Yeah.
Yeah. And especially because he was saying that, like, he was harboring resentment towards it. It's like, okay, so then you were really planning this. So you planned on cheating on Belly? Like Taylor said, you were supposed to be different. And Taylor was team jellyfish from the fucking beginning.
Yeah.
She's been ride or die for both of them. So, yeah, I think it was not... And, I'm not saying no 20 and 21-year-old should never get married, but these, in particular, these two should not.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, I'm
We need to stay
specifically talking
far,
about...
far away from one another.
I'm specifically talking about the fictional characters in this book. A 20 and a 21-year-old should not get married.
Yeah. Belly and Jeremiah should stay far, 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 far away from one another.
Belly shouldn't get married until she's like at least 30.
Belly should just be alone.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And then they tell them at that fancy restaurant after Susanna's flower
Memorial
garden
thing. Yeah.
memorial remembrance thing. And she's just like, yeah, we're gonna get married. And they're all like, what the fuck? The fuck you are? With her tiny little...
Yeah, I was like, let me recreate the moment. Was it like the tiny little fucking ring? The way she shoves
we're
her,
gonna
like,
get married. I'm like, yeah, you're literally acting like a brat. No wonder why they're not gonna be like, oh, congratulations. You're acting like a fucking 2-year-old. Be like, oh, well, you know what? This is what we're doing, girl. There's a time and a place, and that wasn't the time, nor the place, nor the way to confront the situation.
No, not
She
at
has
all.
zero, like, problem solving, mediation, any sort of appropriate confrontational ability.
Yeah. It's kind of like she almost lacks common sense, Because, yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing. And then, like, I thought, this is where I thought Conrad was actually coming off as, like, a caring brother, when he, like, talked to Belly at some point, when he was like, why are you guys getting married? Why don't you just, like, move in together? Like, if you want to take your relationship to the next step, like, and which is a fair question. It's like, why don't you guys just move in together? Like, that would make the most logical sense, especially at this delicate time in your relationship where you're working through something. A marriage isn't going to just fix it. It's not all marriage is not bread and butter.
And he didn't know. It is hard.
Yeah. Like speaking as a
whoever
married woman
says it's
yourself.
all like sunshine and fucking rainbows all the time, no, the fuck it ain't. You think all those problems are gonna go away? No, they're like twice as hard because you're like, oh, we have all these responsibilities together that we have to figure out.
Yeah, and that is coming from a married woman right there. I know I'm not married. I was engaged. I planned a fucking wedding. I'm glad I'm not married to that person. And this is where, like, if Belly and Jeremiah had actually gone through with it, they would have regretted it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I had a million% believe that.
For the rest of our lives together?
Yeah.
Because they'd both be too stubborn to get a divorce.
Yes, that's the whole thing. Is like, I'm fine if you guys believe you're meant to be together, that's fine. But if you truly are, like everybody was saying in the season, then wait a little while longer.
If you're
Wait
meant to
till
be
you're
together,
done.
like you can be together in like a couple years.
Yeah. Like wait till you're both done with college. You guys are still very young. You have your whole life ahead of you. Like, and I'm not saying
And
getting married young isn't a mistake. I'm not saying that.
no, for them, yes.
For them it is, yes. But
And like,
again,
I don't know. I am just such a big like. I met Blaine in college, and he wanted to get married before I was done. I was like, I'm not sacrificing my future for a man. Absolutely not. I'm
I remember that.
finishing my degree. Like, no, we're
And
not doing it.
well, okay, really quick. How long have you and Blaine been together for?
12 years.
How
We've
long have
been
you been
married
married?
for now. This we just had our 3rd year anniversary in May.
Yeah. See, exactly. There's nothing wrong with being together for a long time and then getting married. Like, I know Belly and Jeremiah were together for 4 years. That don't mean shit. With my ex, I was with him for 5 years.
Well, and the
Doesn't mean
thing is,
shit.
like, in your early 20s, you change so
So
much.
much.
And,
So
like, you're becoming your own. And, like, it really bothered me that when she got the opportunity to go to Paris to study abroad, he was like, oh, but I'm going to be a super senior. Who the fuck cares? No one actually follows the 4 years of fucking college plan. Like, sorry. Like,
that's
oh
what
god, you're going to be a
really,
super senior.
that is
Okay, you
what
trust fund
really,
baby, knock it off.
literally. But that's what really got me too, is the fact he was getting so upset about having to stay an extra semester in college. It's like, first of all, who cares? Second of
Literally,
all,
no.
even though you had to do another semester of college, you still had Belly with you. So, like, that would have been okay. You've been like, oh, I don't get to graduate the year I was supposed to, but at least I get to graduate with you.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
and like the fact that he was like basically, don't go to Paris, like don't leave me. I'm like, that is fucking selfish. No. Like, don't
yeah,
sacrifice your future for fucking him when you don't have the opportunities that he has.
exactly. And I thought that was fucked up too. And I was like, Belly actually deserves to do this because she's worked hard for that. And, like, especially when she had to give up doing volleyball because she hurt herself.
Yep, when she got
Like,
injured.
yeah. Which, like, that sucks when you love a sport so much and you hurt yourself that you can't play anymore. Like,
Well, and I think that goes for like anything. Like if you find something that you love and then all of a sudden like that either that love is gone or you can't do it because of an injury or something else, like and you have to completely change the directory that you thought your life was gonna go, like that sucks.
it happens. It does suck. It does suck, you know? Like, everybody goes through something, maybe not the same, but similar. Like, I mean, when I was a kid, I loved playing basketball, and then I kept hurting myself, and my doctor told me to stop playing. And I was like, okay, noted.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just gotta just take it and find a new passion, and she threw herself into her academics, which was smart. You know, because
Yeah.
Belly is a very smart girl, you know, just like Steven's a very smart man. Like, I mean, Steven was making bank, so.
Yeah, he was. Like right out of college.
Right out of college. Well,
Props
he
to
went
him.
to, his big fancy school.
No, yeah.
But yeah, no, they shouldn't have gotten engaged. And then what was also fucked is Jeremiah wasn't helping plan the wedding at all. Belly went to cousins by herself. Conrad was there, so that's already awkward enough for Belly. And then
Yeah.
to plan everything themselves, and then the huge blowout that she had with Laurel first when she,
Oh, yeah.
after the rose garden thing.
Also, this was like another thing, like that moment when they like walked out of the restaurant after they blew everything up out of proportion, everything. And when she was like, get in the car, Belly, and she's like, no. I'm like, that is just showing that you're a child. You are a
It
child.
is. It is. I agree.
Like, you could be like, okay, no, I'm not going with you. Like, I'm an adult. When we're calm, we will get back together and have a conversation.
Exactly. There's a way to handle it, and then there's the way Belly handled it, So, yeah, and like Laurel, okay, this is where it's gonna get a little controversial up in here. Cause granted, I know neither one of us have children, but Laurel said some things that were not okay. Granted, I know you don't want her to get married. You say she's too young. Completely agree. Completely agree. And the fact of the matter is, they don't know the details that led up to why Jeremiah proposed.
Yeah.
Which, that's its own thing. But yeah, but Laurel saying that she wasn't going to be there at all to support Belly through the wedding, I thought was a little fucked up. Only because, like, that is your only daughter. You may not support her decision, but you can support her.
I agree. I was like, you're just gonna completely miss out on this because you don't think they should be getting married. Are they being immature and like awful? Yes.
Huh?
Yes, they
1000%.
are. But like you didn't even this is the problem. They're all of them are just so selfish. They're like, well, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to, and I'm not going to take anybody else's feelings into consideration. That's how so many of the characters in this show are. Like
Yeah.
me, 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 me.
My way or
Not
the
how
highway.
not how my actions are affecting others, like nothing. And so like I understand, like I would feel the same way of like you should not be getting married.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they approached the situation was just pushing them into getting married even more.
Yeah, it was pushing
Like,
them.
I feel like if
Yeah.
the adults would have reacted the same way Conrad did, it would have been received a little better.
Yeah, because Conrad, again, he did the whole, like, I don't support your decision, but I'll support you guys no matter what. It's like, I may not be in favor of this. I think it's probably the wrong thing to do. But again, it's one of those things. I'm not my circus, not my monkey.
Yeah. And then when their dad did like the whole flip and he's like, actually, I'm in full support, but you just have to do it how I want it done. I also don't feel like that was the right path either.
It wasn't, especially when everyone was like, Belly, this is your dream wedding. And she's like, no, the fuck it's not. Like, when she, like, admits that, like, granted, I feel like this is where I kind of relate to Belly a little bit, because she was like, I never really dreamed of a wedding. Like, it was just, like, the person that she saw. And I didn't see the person, but, like, as you know, I've never dreamt of a wedding, so I was like, I get that. Some girls just don't think
Yeah.
about their wedding when they're young, you know? That's not weird. But it was like
No, not at
all she saw was Conrad, and like I'm gonna give a
And
hot
that should be
take.
red flag number one that you're not marrying the correct person.
That, and that's why I love Taylor when she said that to Taylor, and Taylor's response was "fuck."
Then you should
But
not be marrying Jeremiah. Like,
also, as much as I love Susanna, I truly think she was actually the problem with all of this.
oh, absolutely. Because she put it into all their heads that she needed to be, like, Belly needed to be with one of her boys, and the boys need to take care of Belly. No! That's not the kids' job. That's your job as a parent.
Your job as a parent, and also Belly's job as an independent person for her to take care of herself. Like, you
To
should
find
never
who
have
she
to
actually
rely on.
wants to be with.
Yeah, but you should also just never have to really rely on anyone to actually, like, take care of you until, like, you physically need it, like Susanna did eventually, you know, like, that's different. But she put into all their heads, you're gonna end up with one of my boys. You're gonna marry one of my boys. It's like, Susanna, I love you, but you're the problem.
Yep.
You're the reason
So
why Belly turned out kind of the way she did, because she just dreamt her whole life, I'm gonna end up with one of them. But, you know, she fixated on Conrad. So she's like, I'm gonna end up with Conrad. I'm gonna end up with Conrad. So unhealthy to go your whole life being like, I'm gonna marry this person just because I was told I had to.
yeah. And it doesn't feel like a genuine, like, love.
No, it does. And I think that's my whole freaking problem. Like, I understand Belly's infatuated with Conrad, has been her whole life. Conrad is almost like he loves the idea of Belly because that's what his mom wanted. Which, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm glad that Belly actually said that to Conrad in Paris. That's when I liked Belly the most, was when she was in Paris.
I think she was finally like her own person. It forced her to grow up, which was what she needed.
It did. I loved Paris Belly because she was actually an independent person. She found herself and she had a life that was hers, not based around Conrad or Jeremiah.
Yep.
It
Those
was just
other
her.
factors weren't a part of it.
Yeah. And I thought that
And
was so healthy for her.
and I feel like once she went to Paris, that's when you really see how dependent they all were on one another. Because, like, you already saw Conrad, like, separate himself from the situation for his own
Yes.
sake. But even, like, once Belly is gone, Jeremiah is still like, what about Belly? Well, what about Belly? Because his whole
Jeremiah,
life. he was supposed to take care of Belly.
Yeah, he was very lost for a long time after, everything with the whole wedding. Yes, I do think Conrad was in the wrong for also spilling his guts to Belly the fucking night before her wedding.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. That was really fucked up.
I agree. Like, you had all this time.
Literally. You guys spent the whole
Like,
summer
even
together. You
once
could have
you
told her at
found,
any
like,
moment.
even if you didn't want to tell her prior to them getting engaged, but like from when you found out they were engaged to that, and then you were spending all this time with her,
A lot of intimate time with her, too.
taking her to go get flowers and going and doing
Yeah.
this. Like,
He
you could
planned
have
the
said
wedding with
something at
her.
any point, not the
Yeah,
night before. I agree.
exactly. And
But
like,
also points to Conrad though for getting Laurel on.
yeah, I was about to touch base on that. Conrad was the real MVP for basically telling Laurel, you're gonna regret missing your daughter's wedding, And so I thought that was great. There were so many moments though between Conrad and Belly throughout the summer that was like the peach scene. I'm sorry, it was a little cringy for me. Pulling up his shirt to wipe her mouth, like, no,
Yeah, I was like,
don't.
that entire peach scene, I'm like, what is happening?
It
This
made me
went from like
uncomfortable.
a PG-13 show, and I'm like, wait, what is going on? Why are you lifting your shirt right now?
It made me so uncomfortable. But like, they spent the whole summer together, which was weird, but I guess kind of nice. And then the moment, when Belly was like, "What the fuck just happened?" when she almost kissed Conrad when he cut himself.
Oh yeah.
That was an
See,
intense
that
moment.
moment felt way more real than the peach
It did. That one,
situation.
it was, and it was way more real. I think because like she was helping him. She's like, I just need to help you. Like you're freaking bleeding. Like let me help you. And then they got all close, and it was like, whoa. Like, I would have felt the same way. I've been like, whoa, what just happened? Like, that was weird. And I also, here's my thing where I think it's also fucked up. Before Jeremiah's dad decided to help with the wedding, Belly was the one making the money to pay for the wedding. So much so, she was working on her birthday. And, like, she had 2 jobs, making every ounce of money that she was making, she put into the wedding. And then for Jeremiah to have his little bitch fit about the cake. He
Oh my
can't afford it. He
god,
can't afford it.
that pissed me off so much. Like, I liked Jeremiah. Like, he was fine. I never liked him and Belly together. But, like, him this entire season, I'm like, I am so fucking done with you. Like, you're such a brat.
Being one of the biggest Jeremiah advocates, not even Jeremiah and Belly, I really like Jeremiah, and I've said that. He was not my favorite person this season. He was pissing me off a lot this season.
He was being a brat.
He was throwing temper tantrums because he wasn't getting his way. And then, I'm sure he hated the fact that she was in cousins with Conrad.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing is you've been with Belly for 4 years. Why don't you trust her yet?
Yeah. Well, and like that's the thing. Like, if like you have her,
That's the whole thing. Exactly. Like he had her. She made it clear that he had her. Like she never really spoke about Conrad. She never, she respected it, the type of thing, She was like, she made it clear at the end of season 2, I'm choosing you. Like, she made
and
that
that's
very,
another
very
like
clear.
big red flag that the relationship was never going to work out. If you can't even trust her to be with your brother anywhere without you being right there, that's not going to work.
Yeah, when, like, even Conrad's never given him a reason to, like, he's never made a move on Belly. Even when they were alone and cousins together, he never made a move on Belly.
Yeah,
He
the
respected
moment
that.
that he knew that Jeremiah and Belly were together, he was like, all right.
Yep. He respected it. So, and like I gotta give Conrad props for that. And again, my only disdain with Conrad is 100% from the books. It's not Conrad in the show. Because Conrad in the show is a little bit better than the Conrad in the books. But yeah. Yeah, so that whole thing. But Conrad was definitely in the fucking wrong.
For just pouring his feelings out.
Yeah, like you don't do that to anybody the night before their wedding. That's fucked.
Well, and not trying to like go to his defenses, but that was the night that Conrad found out
That's
that
true.
Jeremiah cheated on Belly. And he's like, no, fuck this. Like, I've been so respectful of your relationship, even though I've been wanting to be with her. No, you fucked up. You don't now deserve her. But then it went into the selfish of like he didn't classify him as his brother in that moment. I don't.
No, he definitely didn't. But I also think Jeremiah's friend shouldn't have been bragging of the fact that like Jeremiah cheated on Belly. Like that was not cool for
No.
him. Um and Jeremiah didn't handle that very well. And I also don't like how before I think it was before Conrad found out about Jeremiah cheating on Belly when Jeremiah was like kind of talking to him and being like, Belly's my family now. You understand that, right?
I'm like,
Why are you having a pissing contest about that right now?
why are you being a territorial asshole?
Literally. Like
Like,
a lot.
his personality this season was such garbage.
I hated it. I hated it. And
He
I'm,
was
again, one of the biggest Jeremiah fans, but I absolutely
such a
hated this too.
sleazeball this season, and
Yes. And then especially after like, okay, so we're gonna fast forward to the wedding, Laurel came, Billy's in her dress, getting ready. Jeremiah comes in when he tells off Conrad. Rightfully so. I think I was Jeremiah like, yeah, you know what, he deserves that. And even Conrad was like, yeah, fuck, you're right, I do deserve it. I shouldn't have done that.
But I feel like they needed that.
They did.
Just
And
to
it
get it
also
all out in the open and just
and it sucked
blow
that
for blow. Like,
I hate that Jeremiah had Conrad's letter from Susanna.
I don't. I love that it wasn't Jeremiah's letter because then that letter would have been tainted for him when he actually got married.
That's true.
I'm glad he never got to see his letter and Belly never opened hers because they were not meant to read them that day.
I just think it sucks for Jeremiah to like after everything that he had found out from the night before to that it was like just oh great, like this is the last thing you fucking need right now.
Yeah. I don't think the
That's where
timing
I'm
of it for
coming
him
from.
was good.
Yeah.
Yes. It definitely like would have been nice to hear some good words from your mom.
Oh, absolutely.
But I feel like even if he did get his letter, he would have like realized like his actual letter, he would have realized that Belly wasn't.
I think so too.
It
And then here's where I also don't agree with Jeremiah when him and Belly did essentially break up and call off the wedding when he went in there and talked to her and he was like a part of you is always gonna love Conrad and like he got mad about that. You're always gonna have some kind of special love for your very first love no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're still in love with them.
It doesn't mean you're still in love with them. It means you love that moment
Yes.
that you had. And that
Exactly.
was another like big thing for me of like you have clearly not ever had a serious relationship with anybody. I mean, we knew that before this. So you are not emotionally ready to make this kind of commitment to somebody because you don't truly know what it means to love somebody like wholeheartedly.
The problem I think is Belly was his first love, but obviously he wasn't Belly's first love, So it's like that's wrong to hold that against her when she's saying a little piece of me's always gonna love Conrad. Like that's just how it goes no matter what. Like you're always gonna have a little piece of love for your very first love.
He was forcing that love to evolve, so it wasn't a romantic love. It was like a familial love because they're going to be family. They're going to have to interact with one another. Like they're going to be a part of each other's lives no matter what.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, and then my heart actually, I almost started crying after that moment passed. And when Laurel comes in to check on Belly, and she says, "Lemon jelly Belly." I was like, oh my god. Like that got me. It gave me chills because Laurel's just like, oh my god, And then I also don't support. I understand Jeremiah being upset. I get that. He was being a dick to everybody, and he did not need to go off on Laurel the way he did.
No, like, oh, you never wanted me to marry Billy and da-da-da. This is like, I just hated him in this season. He was such a little sleazeball.
He wasn't the Jeremiah I loved until the last few episodes.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, Belly, this season, they just kind of brought out the worst in each other. And I also didn't like the way when he said, "You're never gonna look at me the way you looked at Conrad." And I was like, okay, that's not fair because the way she looks at you is way different than how she looks at Conrad. You're never gonna look at the same.
You're never gonna look at the same, like, different people the same way. Like, you love people for different reasons.
for different reasons. And like, no matter what relationship it is, it's like, do you really want me to look at you the same way I looked at my ex?
At your brother? Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's like, do you really want that? Like, that's weird. It's like, of course I'm gonna look at you differently. You look at everybody differently. Like, not that it's the same thing in the slightest, but like, even when you lose an animal, and you get another one, you're not gonna have the same amount, or like, not amount, but
love
same type
and
of love
bond.
for that
Yeah.
animal. Yeah, it's gonna be different. Every love is different.
Everything is different. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, yeah, Jeremiah, she's not gonna look at you the same way she looks at Conrad. Like,
And I think this, like, we definitely saw how emotionally insecure and just emotionally immature Jeremiah is this season. And I think it all, like, because the only person he ever had who, like, really loved and looked out for him that he felt was his mom.
yeah. And that's what sucks, because I mean, look at how he got treated by his dad. Their dad just sucks in general. But like, his dad very much favored Conrad.
Yeah.
Which isn't right. I'm not saying parents shouldn't have favorites, no matter what. I don't think they should. But yeah, so like, I understand Jeremiah just, and like I said in one of the last episodes, Jeremiah just needed to be chosen first. And that's why towards the end, when him and D-Nice have their moment, at first I was a little salty. I was like, I swear to God. And then it happened. I was like, God damn it. But then I was like, you know what? No, actually, she's choosing him. And he needed that.
Like that. At first, like when she after Belly leaves for Paris, and then Jeremiah doesn't want to live with his dad and doesn't have a place to live, and he's like couch surfing on Stephen and Taylor's couch, and they're like, yeah, dude, you gotta
Get out.
Surfing means you leave, like you're not a permanent resident, man. And he moves in with Denise. I was like, oh, this is gonna be forced and icky. When he's like sitting on the couch, he's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I couldn't go into the house at cousins at Christmas. Like I couldn't see Conrad. I couldn't see all them. And I was like, no, this feels forced. And then when nothing happened, I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, like she's like, all right, well,
I think
bye.
that was my whole thing too. Is like, oh God, it's gonna be like a forced romance type of thing because he's staying with her, and like,
forced
he's mentioned
proximity makes you
before.
fall for each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and like he's mentioned before that Denise is hot. Like he said that when he was with Belly, which like also red flag right there.
Yeah, when they were on their bachelorette thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like don't say that at all. And like also, Steven's reaction should have been bigger when he found out Jeremiah cheated on Belly. I did not like that his reaction was not big.
Yeah, he was like, oh. I was like, no, you've given Conrad nothing but absolute shit for the way that he has treated your sister. And then Jeremiah does something way worse than what Conrad has done. And you're just like, that was not fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
What? And
like,
and then at the same time you're freaking out because you're still more mad at Conrad for telling Belly that he still loved her.
But you're not mad at Jeremiah when he actually cheated on your little sister. Cool.
Yeah.
When he was initially rooting for Conrad and Belly to be together in season 2. Seems a little weird, but whatever. Who am I to judge?
Yeah, I did not.
I didn't like that.
No.
But also,
that was character flaw moment for Steven.
Oh, for sure. And also, I don't like how suddenly, when they fast forward, Belly decides to stay in Paris. I didn't like how Jeremiah spoke to her when she decided to stay, and he was like, don't ever fucking call me again. Wrong. But also, when they fast forward a little bit, and suddenly he's like a cook.
Yeah, that was red.
I liked it, but I was like, okay, kind of give us some leadway into why you went that direction. Because you weren't going that direction, and then suddenly you did.
I mean, and I feel like it could have been like that could have been his coping thing once him and Belly like broke up, because like when that scene when he's at Stephen and Taylor's and they're doing Thanksgiving, Taylor's like, you're the one who wanted to cook this big Thanksgiving meal, like made it the point to say like it was Jeremiah who wanted to do it. So maybe that was his like, because his mom loved to cook, so maybe that was his way of like just being close with his mom and coping with Belly leaving and him not being in a relationship anymore.
Could have been, which like again,
there was no like direction on it. You're just like, oh, you cook now.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's the whole.
You want to be a chef now, and I think part of it was him working as a sous chef after they broke up and he had to get a job, so maybe that was when he decided he liked it. I don't
Maybe.
know. The
But even
combination of
then,
things.
it's like I don't mind when like directions change like that, but I have an issue when it's like, so we were here and suddenly we're here. Where's the in between? Like, you got to walk me through how we got there.
Yeah.
You know?
But I am glad that after they broke up, that she decided to go to Paris.
I am so happy she decided to stay there because she needed that. She needed to find herself, and I thought it was actually very big of her to remove herself from the equation.
Yes. And I feel like it was good for her to get friends who weren't in the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially like, of course, Taylor's always going to be there for her. I loved when Taylor came to visit her out in Paris. That was so cute.
Yes.
But like, Belly needed her own people, you know? Like, she needed to have friends outside of their weird fucked up group.
Yes.
And she just needed to experience life.
Yes,
You know?
she needed to learn how to be her own person, because the thing that sucked with being around Laurel is Laurel babied them
Exactly.
so bad and just treated them like kids. Like, yes, I understand, like, they're young and they still act like children, but you have to let them grow up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let them make mistakes and do the stupid things, or they're not going to learn. Like, they have to learn that their actions have consequences, and then you have to learn how to navigate those consequences.
You can't just protect them from life forever.
Yeah. But I liked Paris Belly. That was like the one time that I liked Belly. I was like, wow, like, you're growing as a person, you're becoming a decent human being. And I really liked, I cannot remember his name.
Sergio?
Spanish. Yes, I loved him.
I think that's his name.
I think so. I don't know. The Spanish guy. And like,
Did
they
that
were
or
like
just named him
kind of,
myself?
they're like flirting. And I was like, I like this. Like, just stay in Paris, be in your own little bubble. Like,
their relationship or situationship or whatever it was, I think it was really good for Belly because she needed to be with somebody that wasn't a Fisher.
yes. Was it Jeremiah or Conrad?
Yes, and I loved her haircut. She went full
Yes.
Laurel.
Looked
She went
so
full Laurel.
good.
Yeah, and she grew up, and I liked that she continued to like. Whenever time she was supposed to come home, she was like, "I think I'm gonna stay." She's like, "I don't feel done here yet." And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Good for you, dude. Like, you have a whole life out there. Live in it as long as you possibly can. Experience other parts of the world. Experience not being with what you're familiar with.
Yeah. And I really liked how when after she got to Paris and then the thing with like school was all messed up, and she called her mom and she's like, I messed up. Guess what? I'm in Paris. And her mom was like, get on a flight and come home. And she really like thought about it and didn't do another like, no, I'm gonna do this. No, I'm gonna do this. She's like, no, I think I'm gonna stay. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna find a way to make it work.
I think that was like very grown of her to do. I was like, you know what? I liked the Belly growing up art.
Yes, me too. I'm like, you are way more tolerable now.
Yeah, she was a lot better. She had a good group around her.
And I know that like you don't love Conrad, but I loved that he sent her letters and like
no, that
expected
was cute.
nothing back at all. Like, just keeping her updated and like, hope you're doing well. I'm glad you did this for yourself. Like, this is what we're doing here.
For the most part, Conrad didn't super piss me off this season. And like I said, I don't hate Conrad. I don't think she should be with either one.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. It's like everyone's like, oh,
I don't know.
she should be with Conrad.
After the Paris arc, I was more content with how it is.
So was I, but I was also just kind of like, ugh, shocker.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, of course she's gonna go back to Conrad. Of course she's always gonna choose Conrad. Like, let's be real. It was good.
Was surprised when he was like, I'm going to a work thing in Europe. Like, it's not that far from Paris. Like, I'm gonna come. Bold move for one, to
Very
fly
bold.
across the world to be like, I'm just gonna surprise you on your birthday. Hope you don't have a boyfriend, don't have any plans, because I don't know, because you only actually ever have responded to me one time to tell me that you switched apartments, and there wasn't really much to that letter about my life other than that. But I'm just gonna show up at your door after I see you getting off a little Vespa with a man.
Yep. Because at this point, we don't know that she's not with him anymore. We think she's still with him.
Yeah.
You
And you're
know,
like,
so we're like,
oh no,
oh,
we're gonna see the Conrad spiral.
yep. And like, it was good, and I like how Belly wasn't expecting like anything from Conrad. She was just like, oh, I have plans, but like I can take you around. She wasn't being typical Belly and dropping everything for him.
And
And
that showed so much growth.
it
And I
did.
kind of like how he didn't expect anything more. Like he was fine with seeing how her life was now.
Yeah. Because he went into it like, I just want to see what you're doing and how you're doing. I
It
haven't
felt
seen you in
very
a year.
genuine on both sides.
It did. And it naturally led,
And
to, of course, them having sex, which was,
this
I
part
wasn't
made me
mad about it.
so upset.
How she responded after.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Like,
got me
I'm
too.
sorry. She totally led him on that point. He did not make it clear, like, this is only sex. Like, we're not gonna be together. Especially, like, in the moment when he's like, I've been waiting for this for so long. Like, and she
Well,
was like,
okay.
oh yeah. And it's like, if you don't actually feel that way, like, don't say anything.
Don't say anything, but also what got her was when he was like, and because she was like, I used to wish for you for every birthday. He's like, and now you're stuck with me forever. That was a bold move on his part to just
Yeah.
assume it was leading to something. It's like, Conrad, let's be real. This looks like a one night stand, and that's probably all it was meant to be, at least
Yeah.
on Belly's end. And that's why, like, I actually was proud of her for being like, what do you think this is? But also, like, it was fucked up for her to not specify like this is a one time
Because,
thing.
like, all the situations leading up to it, like when they were walking by like the canal and all that, like she was
Romantic.
acting how she used to.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't make it clear, like, no.
Yeah, she wasn't like, yeah, no, this isn't. This is just like a one time thing, and then basically like rushing him out of her apartment, being like, "So what
But
time is that train? You gotta go."
yeah, that was like such an asshole move. Like you could
But
have talked about it and
Conrad
be like,
dealt with
okay,
it great.
I know. That's what I was about to say. Like the growth on his part, he's like, all right, well, it was good seeing you. Happy
Yeah,
birthday. Like I'm gonna go.
I was very
And
proud of
like
him.
I was like, you're just this is I was like, this is how it's gonna fucking end.
I
Belly
kind of
being a
thought
piece
that
of
too.
shit again. Typical. Fucking typical.
Yeah, but it showed a lot of growth on Conrad's part, and that's why I said like I didn't hate him this season because he grew up a lot this season. Like from the very beginning, you see how much he's grown. So I was like, okay. And then, of course, she had to sit and think, and he walks away, and she's like, "Oh my god, what am I doing?
What am I doing?
Conrad, come back!" And of course, it had to end on that poetic note where she chases him to the train wearing the infinity necklace. I'm like, I choose you. And it's like, okay, good. But I'm excited that we get a movie.
Has that been confirmed?
Yes.
So what is even gonna be this movie? Is it gonna be their wedding?
I'm assuming it's going to be from where we left off at the end of season 3 to like where it ends, where they go to cousins and like
Yeah.
they're being all weird, and like stoic almost. And I think there's probably going to be a wedding because at the end of the book, it says like, let's see, hang on. Sometime later, I think is how it ends. And it talks about, basically it's saying that like her and Conrad get married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
so
feel like it tied up pretty well because Conrad and Belly, like they can keep their toxic thing to themselves. I understand that they've grown, but it's still gonna be there. Like we know that. And
mhm,
Jeremiah now has Denise, and that's somebody who actually picked him for him.
for
And like
him.
is genuinely interested in him, and he's finally like getting that.
Part that we didn't mention, I was very fearful about Taylor and Steven for a minute there in the last episode.
Yeah.
When Denise lets it slip without knowing Taylor walked in the apartment saying that they're moving to California for the company that they started. And she was like, "Excuse me, what?"
Yeah,
I was so
I was
nervous that
like,
they were
oh
going to break
no,
up.
don't regress. We're not regressing. Like we're gonna have a conversation. Don't be petty. Don't
Yeah,
be
I was
petty.
like, no, please, please, please. And then they had the conversation. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, I
Yeah.
couldn't handle if
But
they
like
broke up. I would have rage quit.
I would have been really upset because I'll be like, all of your growth just gone.
Literally. I would have table flipped something.
I'm like, but I kind of liked how it showed like her getting upset how she used to, and then her like processing it and being like, I don't have time for this right now. I'm doing my job. But like, we need to have a conversation later because I'm fucking mad at you, basically.
That's why Taylor's such a boss ass bitch, because she's like, I'm pissed off, but I don't have time for this because I'm working.
I have shit to do.
And it's like, girl, I feel you. Yes, and then they talk about it, and she's like, you're supposed to talk to me about these things because I'm your partner. Oh. And he's like, you would just uproot for me? And she's like, well, yeah. So that's kind
I
of
can
what
find a
you
job
do.
wherever, dude.
Literally, you know? And he's like, but I just made you move here. And she's like, first of all, you didn't make me do anything.
Make me do anything. Yeah.
And
I
love
love
it.
that. I'm like,
Taylor.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
but like,
chose
Taylor.
to come with you.
Queen.
Don't do shit for no
But yeah.
man.
Overall, I'm glad that we're getting a movie because I wasn't like fulfilled with the ending of the series, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I felt like we needed a little bit more.
Yeah, because the last 3 episodes were so
Went to
fucking
the
rushed.
stupid montage of like the photo album. I was like, this is how we're finishing it, huh?
Sidebar though, did you see that like she still wore the engagement ring from Jeremiah? Which like I know she didn't wear it on that ring or on that finger. I thought it was cute that she was wearing it though, because it was like, in my mind I took it as like she's showing that she does still love and care for Jeremiah, and she's gonna keep that ring and hold it near and dear to her because she held on to the necklace that Conrad gave her too.
Yeah, I
don't think she should
was
have
like,
still
nope,
been wearing
take
it.
it off, give it back.
Give it back or something, but Jeremiah never asked for it back.
Yeah, but like, don't wear it. That's weird.
Would have given it back had it been Susanna's ring. You know, but I thought it was cute to go with her accessories, I guess. But if she's still wearing it while she's with Conrad, that's weird because she never wore the necklace when she was with Jeremiah. Like, I understand keeping it, I get that.
Yeah, I don't understand why she kept it. Like, even if she still has a relationship with Jeremiah, like a good relationship with him, like, no. That's of a closed chapter and it needs to go.
It needs to stay closed, it needs to go away. If he had told her to keep the ring, that's one thing. Like, keep it in your jewelry box or something.
Yeah.
Like, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. But yeah, so I'm glad we're gonna get like more closure, hopefully, in the movie whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna come out like next year, or the year after, something like that.
Okay, so not too far away.
Not too far, yeah. So we don't have to wait nearly as long as we do for like Demon Slayer, but
Ugh, I don't even want to talk about that. That makes me mad.
yeah. But yeah, so this is our little bit longer episode, but like I said, I warned you guys going into this.
Yes, we did. And there was a lot to cover this season because there was a lot that happened.
There was a lot that happened.
I feel like it was like whiplash. You're like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Yeah, and it was also kind of like I felt like almost a fever dream in a way.
Yeah, they went from like, everything's happy. He cheated on me. Steven's in the hospital. I leave for Paris. Like, what?
So much was thrown at you that you're like, oh my god. Yeah. And like, we skipped all the boring parts as much as we could.
Yep.
Like, all the filler parts.
It was a slow season. I'm not gonna.
It was. The last few episodes are really the ones that were like the fast paced. But at the end of the day, I liked seeing Jeremiah happy with Denise. You know, he was back to his Jeremiah self that I loved. Taylor and Steven were thriving. Laurel and Adam and whatever Laurel's ex-husband's name is. I always forget. Jack? Is that his name? I don't know. But, you know, they were all coexisting well together. Ellie and Conrad living their life, doing their thing. It was like a happy ending for all of them.
Yeah,
like
they all got something good.
They all got something good, and Jeremiah finally got happiness, true happiness, which made me happy because like you can clearly see there was a smile on his face that wasn't like his normal smile, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't his infatuation with Belly's smile, but it was like true happiness smile. Yes. Yes. But yeah, so.
No, thanks for tuning in to another episode. Our season 3 recap of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Sorry it's a little bit longer.
If you stayed this long, obviously you wanted to hear what we had to say, so sorry, not sorry. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. And be sure to like and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow us on Spotify to get your podcasts, along with Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and Amazon.
Yes. And we're also now on Patreon. So I don't really know what that means, but we're there.
Oh, we're there. Yeah, this is emerging, so it's new.
So if you're a Patreon person, we're on that now too. So we're pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.